his cockpit hold the vasty fields of France? Or may we cram within this wooden O the very casques that did affright the air in Agincourt? Oh, let us, ciphers to this great account on your imaginary forces work, turning the accomplishment of many years into an hourglass, for which supply admit me, chorus to this history, who prologue, like your humble patience pray, gently to hear, kindly to judge our play.
Now all the youth of England are on fire. Now thrive the armors and honors thought reign solely in the breast of every man.
It now sold pasture to buy a horse.
For now sits expectation in the air, and hides the sword from the hilts under the point with crowns imperial, crowns and coronets promised to Harry and his followers.
O England, model to thy inward greatness, like little body with mighty heart.
But see thy fault. French hath in thee found out a nest of hollow bosom which he fills with treacherous crowns.
Work your thoughts, and therein see a sea.
To the rear!
Now, entertain conjecture for a time, when creeping murmur and pouring dark fills the wide vessel of the universe. From camp to camp, the foul home of night, the hum of either army still sounds. The poor condemned English, like sacrifices by their watchful fires, sit patiently and inly ruminate the morning's danger. Their gesture sad, investing lank lean, cheeks and war-worn coats present to them unto the gazing moon. So many horrid ghosts. Oh, now who will behold the royal captain of this ruined band, walking from watch to watch, from tent to tent, let him cry praise and glory on his head. For forth he goes and visits all his host, bids them good morrow with a modest smile, and calls them brothers, friends, and countrymen. Behold, as may unworthiness define, a little touch of Harry in the night.
Good morrow, old Sir Thomas Erpingham. A good soft pillow for that good white head would be better than a churlish turf of France.
Not so, my liege. This lodging likes me better, since I may say now lie I, like a king.
'Tis good for men to love their present pains, upon example to the spirit of things. Lend me thy cloak, Sir Thomas. My good knight, commend to the princes in our camp.
Shall I tend your grace?
No. Go with me.
Creeble up!
Your friend.
Tell me, art thou an officer, or art thou common, base, and popular?
I am a gentleman of a company.
Trailest thou the poisson pipe?
Even so, what are you?
As good a gentleman as the emperor.
Even so. Thou art as good a man as the king.
Ah, the king is a bog, and a heart of gold, a lad of life, an imp of fame, of parents good and fists most valiant. I kissed his dirty shoe, and from heartstring I love the lovely bully. What is thy name?
Harry Leroy.
Knowest thou who well?
Yes.
Tell him I will knock his leek about his pate upon St. Davy's Day. Art thou his friend?
And kinsman, too.
Ooh, the bigger for thee then.
Thank you. I'll be with you.
Brother John Bates, is not that the morning as breaks yonder?
I think it be. We have no great cause to desire the approach of day.
I see yonder the beginning of day, but I think we shall never see the end of it. Who goes there?
A friend.
Under what captain serve you?
Under Sir Thomas Erpingham.
Good old commander and a most kind gentleman. I pray you, what thinks he of our estate?
Even his men, wrecked upon the sand, look to be washed off the next time.
Hath he told his thoughts to the king?
No. Nor is meet he should, for though I speak it to you, I think the king is but a man, as I am. Therefore no man should possess himself with any appearance of fear, lest he by showing it should dishearten his army.
He may show an outward courage he will, but I believe as cold as night is, he can push himself in famous up to the neck, and I would he would, and I by him. At all events, save he was quit here.
I do not think the king would wish himself anywhere but where he is.
Then I would he were here, alone, that he should be sure to be ransomed, and a many a poor man life saved.
Methinks I cannot die anywhere so contented as in the king's company. His cause being just and his quarrel honorable.
That's more than we know.
Aye, or more than you should seek out. If his cause be wrong, our obedience to the king wipes the crime out of us.
But if the cause be not good, the king himself has a heavy reckoning to make. When all those legs, arms, and heads chopped off in battle shall gather together the latter day and cry, oh, we died at such a place. Some swearing, some crying for a surgeon. some upon their wives left poor behind, some upon the debts they owe, some upon their children rawly left. Now, if these men do not die well, it will be a black matter for the king that led them to it.
A king is not to answer the particular endings of each soul. Every subject's duty is the king's, but every subject's soul his own.
'Tis certain. Every man that dies ill, the ill upon his own head. The king is not to answer it.
But I do not desire he should answer for me, and yet I determined to fight lustily for him.
I myself heard the king say he would not be ransomed.
Aye, he said so. To make us fight cheerfully. But when our throats are cut, the king may be ransomed, and we ne'er the wiser.
If I live to see it, I'll never trust his word.
You may pay him then. You'll never trust his word after.
Your reproof is something too round. I should be angry with you were the time convenient.
Let it be a quarrel between us, if you live.
I embrace it.
Be friends, you English fools. Be friends. If we have French cruelty now, you can tell how to reckon.
Upon the king, our children and our sins laid on the king. What infinite heart's ease must kings neglect that private men enjoy? And what have kings that privates have not too? 'Tis the scepter and the throne he sits on, no. Not all these laid in bed majestical can sleep so soundly as the wretched slave. And but for ceremony such a wretch, winding up days with toil and nights with sleep, had the forehand and vantage of a king.
The king himself is rode to view the battle.
Fighting men they have full 3 to 1,000.
There's 5 to 1. Besides, they all are fresh.
God's arms strike with us. 'Tis a fearful odds. God be with you, princess all. I'll do my charge. And if we no more meet till we meet in heaven, then joyfully, kind kinsmen. Warriors all, adieu!
Oh, that we now had here but 1/10,000 of those men in England that do no work today.
What's he that wishes so? My cousin, Westmoreland? No, my fair cousin. If we are marked to die, we are enough to do our country loss. And if to live, the fewer men, the greater share of honor. God's will, I pray thee, wish not one man more, rather proclaim it, Westmoreland, through my host. He which hath no stomach to this fight, let him depart. We would not die in that man's company that fears his fellowship to die with us. This day is called the Feast of Crispin. He that shall live this day and see old age will yearly on the vigil feast his neighbors and say, tomorrow is St. Crispin. Then will he strip his sleeve and show his scars and say, these wounds I had on Crispin's day. Old men, yet all shall be forgot, but he'll remember with advantages what feats he did that day. Then shall our names, familiar in his mouth as household words, Harry, the King, Bedford, and Exeter, Warwick, and Talbot, Salisbury, and Gloucester be in their flowing cups freshly remembered. This story shall the good man teach his son, and Crispin Crispian shall ne'er go by from this day to the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile, this day will gentle his condition, and gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhood's cheap while any speaks and fought with us upon St. Crispin's day.
Sovereign Lord, bestow thyself with speed. The French are bravely in their battle set, and will with all expedients charge on us.
All things are ready if our minds be so. You know your places. March away, and how thou pleasest God, dispose the day.
Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood.
Disguise fair nature with heart-favored rage.
Hold her at the breath and bend up every spirit to his full height.
On, you noblest
The
England.
time is at hand. Follow your spirit.
spirit, and upon this charge, cry God for Harry, England, and St. John!